Hello students and welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Pooja Walia Maan from SGI Samalkha. Today we are going to talk on the module MIS and Services Management from the paper Services Marketing. In this module, you will learn meaning of Management Information System, difference between importance of MIS in services and in manufacturing sector, role of MIS in services management, application of MIS in service sector, and the impact of MIS in service organizations. Before defining MIS, imagine a situation. Let's say about 2 decades ago, in a bank where you go to collect some information about few account transactions of money deposited few years ago, or maybe the interest earned on the savings over the last 2 years. Now you can see the bank officials sifting through big voluminous books of records, checking your bank account from a manual index, trying to figure out which register out of so many huge registers spread across their counter containing your account details. With so many account holders in the queue, the pressure mounts on the bank clerk, who might also be tired of such manual searches for one account holder details lasting not less than 5 to 15 minutes each. Now, once the bank official is able to look for the required information, the same is manually entered into a passbook. This situation may sound alien to the new generation today, but this was the way work was done in most of the service sectors a few years ago, in the absence of a computerized data storage and retrieval facility. The way of working was revolutionized with the introduction of local area network servers and the internet. So, what is the meaning of Management Information System? MIS, that is Management Information System, focus on the organization's information needs by collecting the required data, grouping and classifying it, and making it available to the required departments or individuals in the support format in a timely manner. This facilitates analysis of various strategic and routine business problems, and also designs and supports computer softwares and applications to solve these organizational problems and issues. A swift and accurate system of information is desired in manufacturing and services organizations alike. Information related to the various human relations decisions like payroll details, due increments, accounting, inventory check and control, etc., are some of the decisions to be taken in manufacturing and service sector alike. And hence, the MIS plays an important role in both the fields. However, in the absence of a physical good to offer to the consumer, the service manager has to understand the unfulfilled needs and desires of a consumer, which can be judicially satisfied with the service purchase. In such a situation, a well-informed service manager can train his team and aim to delight the consumer in his service offering. Let us discuss the example of an insurance agent approaching a prospective consumer for the purchase and sale of a medical insurance. Here, a well-informed official should be having the details of the consumer's income, family size, family life cycle, tax details, purchase of any other insurance policy, and the brand purchased from, and the purpose of buying a policy. Now, this information may facilitate him in making a good offer to the consumer. Such a study of the consumer requirements, expectations, attitudes, and perceptions can be made easy with the MIS supplying the desired information on the characteristics of the target consumers or maybe the past consumers. The service industries ensure that their front-end facilities are good enough to sustain a consumer for further service consumption. This is possible through an amicable employee-consumer interaction, which is clearly based on, apart from good training in handling a consumer, to the knowledge about the target consumer's characteristics affecting a service purchase. This information need is facilitated by an effective MIS. Further, changes in service sector happen much quicker if compared to the manufacturing sector. Hence, availability of the accurate and timely information plays a very significant role in facilitating strategic decision making, which is feasible with the help of MIS. So, what is the role that the MIS plays, particularly in the context of service organization? The role that MIS plays in any service organization is like that of a heart in the human body, with blood being compared to information in an organization. The way the heart receives the blood, purifies it, and sends it to the various organs of the body, MIS is a centralized system of an organization which receives information, organizes it, and passes it on to any organizational department that needs it. Just like the flow of blood may increase when needed, the flow of information may also increase when required by the various constituents of the organization. MIS fulfills the information needs of the top managers and the other managers for a holistic view of certain parameters like overall sales, growth, and profits at the organizational level, of the various departments like finance, production, marketing, at that of the individual level like organizational chartered accountants, lawyers, and entrepreneurs. Let us look at the various important roles played by MIS in a service organization. The first such role is to satisfy by providing diverse information. There could be various groups or individuals in an organization seeking some information for the purpose of facilitating a decision which can be had from the MIS in the required format. For example, a marketing manager of a tourism firm needs to train his new marketing representatives on the way of approaching and closing a deal with the target customers. Now here, he needs to have the data of the characteristics or profile of the past consumers, which can be had from MIS. The other role could be to facilitate the objective setting by the top management of any service organization. The top management deliberates and plans the targets to be achieved during long and short term for various products it deals in by various geographical marketing constituents. Such goal setting and strategic planning is conveniently done with the help of the product or brand-wise or sale team-wise or sale and expenditure data-wise past performance records, which are available to the top-level officials through MIS. The next role played by MIS is to support the development of business plans. The middle-level managers are entrusted with the task of developing various functional level plans to achieve the objectives set by the top-level management by taking decisions about constitution of various teams, identification of sales personnel's training needs, shuffling of territories, and revision in salary structures of the marketing teams. Such plans are made in the light of information on the past performance of the employees, which is classified and available in the required format by the MIS. MIS also facilitates the routine scheduling and controlling. For instance, for a hotel manager, the availability of a room to be let out or rent out at a specified date for a certain number of days at a specific rate could easily be checked through MIS. Therefore, MIS facilitates the routine scheduling and planning of activities and decisions to be taken at the operational level by having the necessary information at the required time. MIS also facilitates query handling. The service personnel may have to answer certain queries of the consumers while dealing with them on topics related to transaction details, documents, etc. Now, these documents can be conveniently handled out with the MIS providing the required, accurate, and timely information. A bank account holder may like to know his cash balance or the interest he earned on his savings over a period of, let's say, last 2 years. Such an information is quickly and accurately possible with the help of MIS. It also supports the decision-making process. Management is the process of choosing the best alternative out of many faced. With the help of MIS, the managers may get the required information which facilitates this routine decision-making. Now, let us discuss how can MIS be applied in various service sectors by discussing the cases of three service sectors. The first one being the application of MIS in the banking industry. Out of the various deciding factors, attracting the services could be designed with the help of information about the target class of account holders, like their annual income and savings, the routine payments made, loans taken, and maybe default in any repayment, if any, and general or medical insurance subscribed to. A bank will be able to offer services to the various savings and current account holders by keeping a track of their account movements. Any unexpected amount deposited or withdrawn may come to the notice of the bank authorities immediately with the help of MIS. Retrieving information about the account on demand of the account holder can be done at the click of the mouse, thereby increasing the speed and efficiency of working. The bank account movement may also provide valuable information to the bank officials for targeting the consumers for the offer of loans and various insurance schemes. If the bank's MIS is efficient to collect and analyze such data of the consumers, the banker can definitely bring more business for the bank. For the business consumers operating current accounts, there is a different set of needs. These needs may require a highly efficient MIS, as the clearing of checks or overdrafts may be dependent upon the information retrieved from the MIS. Quality consumer service is possible with the help of MIS. Thus, it can be concluded that an efficient MIS system can actually facilitate the process of developing business strategy for a bank and also increase the productivity of the bank officials by providing quick services to the consumers. Students, let's look at another industry in which MIS can be smoothly applied. We are talking about application of MIS in the airlines industry. Airlines are a means of transport facilitating both domestic and international movement of goods and people. The benefits of adherence to schedules, convenience, and time saving are the most expected level of service performance. Ground staff service, crew service, and quality of drinks and meals in flight are the augmented level of service delivery. For most of the services offered to the traveler, right from the decision to buy a ticket and book a seat on a flight till the time the traveler is off the flight, MIS plays a very important role to delight a traveler. From the moment a target consumer looks for the availability of seats on a flight of a given route with the prices, the active search will land him to the travel agent or on the web page. Both will use the MIS of the airlines to deliver the required information. The second step of booking the seat can also be done online, again feeding the desired set of variables into the airline's MIS. The time taken for checking in for the traveler into the airport and getting the necessary clearances till the time the flight is boarded again makes use of MIS. The following data may be helpful for the airlines in providing good service to the traveler. That is, getting the travel details like the type of seat, class of seat, and the number of people traveling together, their socio-cultural background, and all these things may be very useful for the crew members to offer meals. Apart from the apparently visible traveler service, the airline makes use of MIS at each back-end operations like the seats booking on various flights to ensure full occupancy, check-in time for the travelers, and the required information to the concerned ground staff and the crew, etc. Entertainment industry is yet another very favorable industry for the application of MIS. It is one of the fastest growing sectors, that is the big screens and the movie multiplexes. The sector largely depends upon the MIS for the smooth sale of tickets and other consumer services. The scheduling of different movies on different show times on different days are a very complex job for a manager. In a multiplex, having big screens from let's say 3 to 7 in numbers, the job is even more complex. This scheduling can be done smoothly with the help of MIS. The expected rating of the movies can also facilitate the frequency of the shows to be planned. Further, the sale of tickets to ensure full occupancy, being cautious of duplicate selling while selling online as well as from the multiplex counter is also facilitated through an efficient MIS which may display the image of the theatre seating plan screen-wise and keep on highlighting the various seats being sold. This system may also be used to keep a track of tickets sold with refreshment coupons or without the refreshment coupons. Thus, the scheduling and sales of tickets for current shows and maybe for advanced shows of various movies in different screens can be efficiently managed with the help of MIS, resulting in good quality service by the multiplex staff to the audience. Apart from the customized application of MIS, as discussed in the 3 examples, there are some more common uses of the MIS for various organizations. Let us very briefly talk about the benefits of MIS to other service organizations. The first such benefit could be in the preparation of the attendance, payroll, and increment due date of all the employees of the organization. The second benefit could be in the development of profile containing names, addresses, contact numbers, and mail ID of all the employees of an organization. Thirdly, it could be used for the development of duty roster and the weekly permitted off schedules of the staff. Next, cash billing details and online billing details can also be generated through the MIS. Fifth point is that the store and inventory management, including the planning and control, can be efficiently done with the help of MIS. And lastly, MIS also facilitates the service maintenance. Now let us discuss the impact of MIS in service organizations. It supports all the functional departments. The MIS has a strong impact on the efficient working of all the functional departments of the organization like purchase, production, HR, marketing, and finance. The functional managers may easily observe any deficiencies or shortfalls in the target accomplishment and take a remedial action in time. The second impact that the MIS can have in any service organization is that of facilitating long-term planning. The information retrieved from the MIS on various trends in the past may be a guiding post to the future planning. The plans designed in the past, their accomplishments or maybe the deficiencies, the remedial steps taken or suggested, etc., may be a very useful tool for new plans to be designed by providing the necessary learning, as well as it saves a lot of time for the strategists in any organization. The MIS also impacts in the defining of the business. When an organization develops and designs an MIS, it needs to start from the scratch by defining the important attributes, processes, defining the data entry variables, sources of data generation, sources of data entry, and sources and limits of data retrieval. This exercise done by the top level management in itself brings clarity in chalking out the basic business of an organization, plus the key result areas, which we call as the KRA, also are identified for achieving success in its working. The last impact that the MIS can have in any service organization is to lead to process the redesign. The development of MIS may actually result in the clear and accurate mapping of the various processes important in any organization for the purpose of developing the necessary formats and flowcharts for the MIS. This facilitates in the identification of any overlapping or duplication of any activity or a task in an organization. Hence, the brief just discussed for the development of MIS may facilitate in the redesigning of the organizational functional processes. Now, let us look at MIS in services management. A well-developed and clearly designed management information system could be useful in the attainment of the service organization's overall objectives. With the short-term goals and the long-term goals being clearly fed into the computerized system of any service marketer for the adherence of the time schedule, MIS gives focus and unity of direction to the entire organization for the accomplishment of not only the individual goals but also their achievement leading to the attainment of overall organizational goals, and that too in a time-bound manner. The MIS is one such system that facilitates the service sector by providing necessary information on the consumer's details and their past service purchase trends, by facilitating the customization of the service delivery for any future reference of the service organization. Such timely and accurate information comes in handy for a creative service design development, which is flexible to be developed and delivered. And remember, students, it is very unlike what a product can do. The use of various tools in the software facilitates in enhancing the efficiency of the employees, resulting in improved consumer services, as has already been discussed by talking about the examples of the banking industry, the airlines industry, and the entertainment industry. So students, let us now summarize what we've learned in this module. Management information system is a computerized database of various organizational information generated both within and outside the organization for the purpose of taking various decisions, tabulated in user-friendly formats and available for retrieval of timely and concise data to the authorized users. Managerial activities mean taking decisions at every step. A creatively and customized designed MIS for the service organization can result in enhanced efficiency of the organization by making the decision making effective in the presence of required internal and external data affecting that particular decision. The availability of such important and timely information can be very useful for the service managers in taking decisions for delivering high quality services to the consumers, resulting in increased sales and increased profits. Since the data feeding, analysis, and retrieving is done on the computers, the service employee is saved of the manual record keeping and is benefited with the retrieval of required information quickly. As high as about 65 to 70% of the clerical effort in a service organization may go in record keeping, which has a direct impact on not only the cost and time in record keeping, but also the efficiency with which such entries may be done and maintained. Thank you.